Hello everyone, and thank you for attending my presentation on why Byteforce is the Battlebots GOAT, and first let's take a look at its design. In Season 1, Byteforce was a control bot very similar to fellow competitor Overhaul. It had an anti-horizontal configuration where a big wedge was attached to the back at the expense of the top part of the weapon and the front forks. This meant that when using this configuration, Byteforce would have to essentially drive backwards to use its wedge properly. Another unique feature of Byteforce was its tracks. It's one of only 5 robots in the reboot to use tracks for mobility. From Season 2 onwards, Byteforce was a 4-wheel drive vertical spinner with hinged forks. While this sounds boring now, it is pretty uncommon to have all of these characteristics back in 2016. Byteforce would primarily receive internal upgrades after this, with the outside remaining basically the same. Byteforce actually almost wasn't selected for Season 1. The team was made aware that they had been selected only 9 days before filming started, meaning that the bot was built in a really short time frame. This wouldn't matter though, as Byteforce completely dominated its first match against the legendary Warhead. It would struggle somewhat in its next matches against Hypershock and Overhaul, but was able to completely dominate Tombstone and Ghost Raptor afterwards to win the whole thing. Not bad for a bot built in only 9 days. The next season wouldn't go as well for Byteforce. It beat Mohawk and the Ringmaster, but lost in a famous match against Chomp. Chomp was able to land a perfect strike in the opening seconds to break Byteforce's weapon chain, leading to a victory. Because you needed an active weapon to earn aggression points in Season 2, and Chomp took no damage in the fight, Byteforce literally could not win the fight despite dominating the remainder of the match. It did pick up a win in a rumble against Rex and Witch Doctor, though. Byteforce came prepared for Season 3, attaching a guard for the weapon chain, and immediately lost their weapon to a Hammerbot. They won this fight though, and would win their next 3 fights to go 4-0 in fight cards, throwing poor Bombshell out of the arena for the second time that season in the process. Byteforce would earn the 3 seed, and it was matched up against Huge. Huge had been split in half in its last fight against Icewave, and the repairs evidently weren't enough, as it would split in half again. It did put up quite a fight though, and even managed to break Byteforce's weapon. None of Byteforce's next opponents would be so lucky, as it completely mauled Rotator and Whiplash before winning a slugfest final against Minotaur, somehow only losing 1 fork in that fight. Season 4 was another success story for Byteforce. It once again went 4-0 in fight cards with notable wins, including an annihilation of Bronco and beating Hypershock for the 3rd time in a row. This season it earned the number 1 seed. It would continue to dominate, making Lockjaw look like an absolute joke, and Thanos snapping Tombstone in an iconic fight to make the finals. There, Witch Doctor would give Byteforce some serious trouble, ripping off 3 of its 4 forks. Once Byteforce got underneath and flipped Witch Doctor and broke its weapon, it was all over. Byteforce would win its 3rd Giant Nut in 4 seasons. Byteforce was also one of the 10 bots that participated in the 2019 live Remars event, where it completely tore apart Icewave in its first fight. Unfortunately, it was not selected for the championship match, and instead had to settle for tearing Whiplash to shreds again. This would be the last time, as of the publishing of this video, that Byteforce fought in a Battlebots event. In conclusion, Byteforce is the best bot in the reboot, hands down. It won 3 of the 4 seasons it participated in, and even sparked the meta we know today. Thank you so much for watching.